Great. Welcome, Ellen. Take it away.
Hi, thank you so much, Beth. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here tonight. I'm so grateful. Yeah, let's just get started. My name is Ellen Welk, and I'd like to welcome you to my home and our home where we naturally raise golden retrievers. From Oshkosh, Wisconsin is where I live, and we do specialize in raising Goldens, just 1 litter a year. It is a really big deal though when we have puppies. It's a 24/7 job. There we go. So I do want to just remind everyone that the information provided here in this webinar is for informational purposes only, and the items discussed here are not intended to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or health condition. So currently we are owned by 4 golden retrievers. We've got Maisie on the left, Journey, Mowgli, and Mari. And Maisie is currently being a therapy dog, and she is residing in Madison, Wisconsin. And I'll talk a little bit more about her a little bit later on, but I'm happy to say that we are redox dogs here. We love our molecules. I want to just explain a little bit as well about what natural rearing is. And basically it just means we do things naturally. Why? Well, here's why. So many dogs deal with significant illnesses, even human-type illnesses, things that they never had before. Studies have shown that it takes at least 4 to 7 generations to breed out the genetic damage that the overuse of toxins, over-vaccination, and genetic damage has caused, along with the use of kibble, which is not a natural food. And it's caused so much damage over these years, it's taking that long for it to come clean again. So this has happened really only over the past 60 to 100 years. So really think about it. It's only been 100 years, or oftentimes less, that we have brought these animals into our homes and really cared for them like human beings. So it's fascinating. But what we do here with raising puppies naturally is put us on the map. We are one of the very few natural rearing breeders, and in fact, the only one that truly naturally raises golden retrievers in this country so far. But before I go on, I do want to just note one of the things that makes us different, very different, is that we raise 1 litter a year very consciously, and it's a full-on 2 to 3 months of love, which is a huge commitment. Here's why. We feed a species appropriate diet of raw meat, raw bones, and organ meat to our dogs. Never ever feed a cooked bone to a dog because it can splinter. We wean all of our puppies to raw meats. Lots of puppy pictures here. Our pups are raised with no toxins or chemicals or pesticides. We do use all natural alternatives like redox signaling molecules and the gel and essential oils, diatomaceous earth, homeopathics, herbs, Reiki, and the lifeline technique. Love the energy medicine piece. Our pups are raised inside of our home with so much love. No puppy mill here. Our pups are raised with transparency and in front of a live cam daily so others can watch and learn as well. Part of this experience is educational. And of course, our pups are taught basic early developmental socialization skills to gain confidence, leash training, car rides, it's fun. We also offer our puppy families a lifetime of holistic support from us. It is part of my dream to educate and raise the standard for other breeders to raise their puppies in a similar manner. This is where it really hits home for me, because every animal deserves a naturally healthy start from the heart. So I do have a lot of dog experience, 20 years and more, and I also have a deep love for horses, and I will have a horse again one day. My experience also takes me back years when I worked at a zoo. I literally bottle fed and fed lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, and just enjoyed it immensely. So you can see why finding these molecules just excites me for human and animal use. So here's a quote from a dear friend and friend of mine, Dr. Darren Weissman, that states, "The body is designed to heal, regenerate, and be completely whole. And it can do that all on its own. That's what we're designed for. Human, animal, even plants will regenerate, of course, on their own. So it's simple, right? We cut ourselves, we bleed, the skin heals. We don't have to do anything. The body knows how to do it. What this product does is it just simply replenishes the redox molecules that our body already makes. And as we age, we make less and less of them. So, that healing ability that our body has, it does slow down, but still it's natural. So I want to bring your attention to this quote because this is the man who introduced me to this product. And Dr. Darren Weissman, is in Chicago. He also is the developer of the Lifeline technique. That is a system that he introduced me to 5 years ago, but then he also introduced me to these molecules just a year and a half ago. So in the spring of 2016, I was medically diagnosed with a tick-borne illness. And in hindsight now, this makes a lot of sense to me and the pieces fit together. What I thought and was told was severe depression and anxiety for years and years of my life really was a nasty bug bacteria that infiltrated my body from a tick bite 20 years or more ago. So the summer of 2016, I was in great physical pain from this illness. It felt like my blood hurt inside everywhere. It hurt to simply move. I was sleeping 12 plus hours a night with naps during the day. And really, I was barely functioning in complete fatigue. And we even were at the tail end of a litter of puppies at the time. I was exhausted. So I even that summer had a scary vision of needing a wheelchair in my future. I had worked through so many of the deeper layers of the emotional roots that can cause illness as well, using the Lifeline technique. I was eating really healthy, caring for myself with all love. But at this point, my body was speaking to me very loudly. So it was that August that Dr. Darren had sent me a testimony from a dear man named Scott Lavallee, who was taking the redox molecules, who experienced the same symptoms as I was having. And Dr. Darren sent me a case of these molecules along with the gel. And I was pretty skeptical. I really was. I had felt like I had used everything. But however, after only 6 days of taking this product, I woke up without the paralyzing pain, without the body aches, and I even had energy. Literally, an inner message from God told me, go for a bike ride. And after barely moving all summer, I went 6 miles that day. I was so amazed. This is a picture, actually, this is the first time I'm sharing this picture of me riding my bike 6 miles. I texted my husband. I'm like, look, I'm riding my bike. And he said, take it easy. But truly, I thought, okay, so maybe it's just a fluke. Maybe I just feel good this day, whatever. If this happens again tomorrow, I'll know this is real. So sure enough, the same thing happened the next day. And I ended up challenging myself and rode 11 miles that day. That was it. Then I contacted Dr. Darren and I told him about this amazing miracle. And that was when I also knew I had to learn more about this, not only for people, but for pets as well. So this is Journey, and Journey loves ASEA, as you can see. Obviously, my passion in life has been with the animals, and what I saw happen with me and the potential that this has to help animals of all kinds got me very excited. So, our dogs. This is what our daily routine looks like. We've got the molecules here, and the dogs are always excited. The glass in the front is mine, but I do like to use the human bowls. I get the human bowls out, and I talk really, oh, it's time to have the molecules, and they get excited. And it works pretty good. My 2 girls enjoy it just straight. However, my boy, he needs a little encouragement. So often what I need to do every day with him is I do need to put a little bribe in it. I do put a little bit of chicken juice, or you could use bone broth, low sodium organic bone broth, in with it to encourage him to drink it. Now, this product is very unique in the fact that as soon as it touches something organic, it wants to go to work because it lives inside of our body. The mitochondria in our cells make redox molecules. So as soon as it touches something organic, like skin, a tongue, a mouth, whatever, it's going to want a signal. As soon as it touches the chicken broth, it's also going to want to signal the chicken broth cells. So it's very important that when you do mix it, and I always tell people to just do it straight if possible, but if not, do it, and as long as the animal or person can drink that within as little seconds as possible, 30 seconds at the most, they're still going to get the most benefit. So that's a really important thing to remember. Also, stay away from a stainless steel bowl, as the metal, when the molecules hit the metal, it can also weaken them. So use glass or porcelain bowl. And our boy Mowgli has been really healthy all of his life, but at age 11, he's now 13. At age 11, we started with dirty ears. And after realizing what was going on, knowing that really this is often in floppy-eared dogs caused from moisture that gets retained in the ear canal. It's also a sign of a weakened immune system. Again, as we or our animals age, we don't make as many redox molecules. So this product is just incredible in its ability to boost immunity. And as we've seen with the science that's been released recently, last September actually, that this product is able to open the genetic pathways in the areas of inflammation and immune system, digestion, hormones, and the circulatory system. So to tweak that immune system and to really push it is incredible. But I was still challenged. What we ended up doing is increasing his daily amount. We give him 4 to 5 ounces. The key to clean ears, because I do get a lot of questions about this, keep it dry and clean. You don't have to put lots of gunk of anything in it. Just dry is the key. We did use the cotton swab for that, and we did use the gel on the inner and the outer ear. But the key truly is to keep it dry and have patience. We would clean it out daily, sometimes twice a day. Even if you do use the molecules inside the ear canal, which it's safe to do, it is, you leave it in there for a short time and then later go in and wipe out the moisture or excess if it hasn't dried up. So I'm happy to say that in October, it was bad. It would look like that every day, and I just felt so bad for him. The vet option was to do a surgical approach and to knock him out once a week for 4 to 6 weeks in a row and then clean the ear canal out that way. And I'm like, no, we're going to really push this and do this first. And look, now it's amazing. So I also have another story to tell about my dear Maisie. And I love her so much. She was called, literally, to go to Madison to be with a friend of mine, Lori Daniel Falk, who had done your webinar a couple months ago. And so she is there with her yet today, but she's gone to do some therapy work and some healing, and she absolutely loves being with Lori. But after a few months of her being there, we discovered that she had a lump on her abdomen. At the time, we were just giving her 2 ounces of ASEA, of the molecules, because she was very healthy. But we found this lump, took her to a vet. She did have 4 litters of puppies in her younger years. But at this point, it was time for a spay. So thankfully, during the surgery, this was just a fatty mass that they had found, but they also found another group of overgrowth that was on her adrenal gland. This kind was the not good kind of overgrowth, and it was the fast growing kind as well. The surgeon at the time had said that they had never seen anything like it before. They actually called us from the surgery. We were in the waiting room and said that what they were looking at looked as if this mass was encased, and thought it was really strange. And I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, you gotta take it out. But there was question, and it was really strange because the surgeons seemed confused as to why this looked the way it was. I really wish they would have taken pictures, but they did not. But we know what was going on. We know that the body was already taking care of it, that this strange look was an encasement, a protection. What the body naturally is designed to do is to protect itself in that way. So an amazing story. And truly, Maisie to this day is doing great. She also was diagnosed with a tick-borne illness, and at now age 12, this girl has amazing energy, and she is still doing her healing work, and my heart smiles every time I get a picture and hear about her, and I'm looking forward to visiting her again. And she has no hip challenges at all, which for Goldens, my boy doesn't either. It's really a miraculous thing what this product can do for joint health as well. So we also use this amazing redox gel for anything and everything. I always have it along in my toolbox when I trim claws, because if you nick, if you get too close, dog, cat, bird, whatever, it will stop bleeding. This stuff is antibacterial, it's antiviral, and antifungal. Truly get it on the skin, get it inside wherever you want. Drink the molecules, the other liquid kind. Put this on top of things. You will see things like rashes, sores, lumps, hot spots, anything that's skin related. The body will know what to do, and we know it does. So I've not had the pleasure of going full circle with this product with a litter of puppies, but I've had the pleasure to watch a friend of mine do it. These are Munsterlander puppies, which is a rare hunting breed in this country. They're originally from Germany, but this was Christmas morning, actually. I was honored to be a part of whelping these puppies. We ended up needing a C-section with Mama because she was super late, but we had our molecules along to the vet office. And we used the molecules afterwards as well. And I have a little video I'm just going to share with you here. There isn't really any audio except for some puppy grunts, but this is Amanda with her pups, and she's spraying the incision where the pups came through, and she's also not at all concerned about getting these molecules on the puppies because it's super safe and it's only going to help them. Their eyes are not open at this age. They won't open until 12 to 14 days, but even if it did get in their eyes, it's great. It's perfect for putting in eyes. Any dog with an eye challenge, it's great to use in eyes. I put it in my eyes every day. So, and here we also have, these are the puppies older, and we also have another video. This is the pups at 7 weeks now. We just took this, and yep, they still love these molecules.
Baby knows what he wants. Yeah. Is that what you want? Huh? Is that what you want? Yeah. You want some of that? That's good stuff in there, right? Good job. Good job.
So that is our puppy story. That's what I've got, and these puppies are just amazing. So not only puppies enjoy it, but everyone benefits. I've got another quick story. This is a baby cedar waxwing. This little baby, it was late summer, flew into my patio door, which, was bad enough when a bird hits a window, but she also fell directly on top of Mari, my golden retriever, who was lying right beneath her. And of course, the dog's first instinct is to chomp at whatever's moving or fell on them, which this baby bird did get chomped twice by Mari's mouth. Thankfully, she has a soft mouth, but still, I didn't know. I immediately screamed, "No!" I heard it, saw it, bolted, got the dogs inside. I grabbed the spray bottle, and I went outside because I knew I had to find out what was going on with this baby. And I have a video of this as well.
Look at you open your mouth for that. And drink it. Want some more? Oh, baby girl. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, you're gonna be okay, sweet one. Oh, you want more? Okay. Even the birds know this is amazing stuff. Wow. Are you good to fly yet? Mm-hmm. I know, it's all in your feathers, right? And you're standing in a little puddle of it. And you're so beautiful. I'll give you a little time now.
Of course, time helps a lot. What I was doing, I really wanted to get these molecules inside of her. I was concerned that she might have had some internal injuries from the chomp, or, you know, clearly her neck looks fine here, but I've done wildlife rehab before. So I was just making sure that she was able to get these molecules inside. Spraying it on her feathers was doing no good. That's why I sprayed a little extra much, because as long as she opened her mouth, I wanted that to get into her mouth, because it would create a domino effect and start signaling the cells. Also in her eyes as well. She didn't seem to mind it one bit. And I wanted to create a puddle below her so that her feet, so that the molecules would be absorbed through the skin cells on her feet and legs. So mission accomplished, and there was a happy ending, because I did have to pick her up. Usually I wouldn't, but I did, because my dogs were freaking out, and I needed to make sure that she was going to fly up over the fence so that the dogs would, you know, not chase after her. But such a heartwarming story. So amazing to see how she just naturally wanted to open her mouth. She knew. She wasn't afraid. I mean, she was shocked, but she wasn't afraid of me, and she knew that I was helping her. Beautiful. But then there's one more. Because inquiry minds want to know, and I'm very scientific. There was a struggling ladybug. Some people call them beetles. Yes, they are. But truly, I was curious, so I just put a few drops on a windowsill. This bug was struggling. I thought, well, I don't know. What do I know? So I did, and sure enough, the bug walked right up to it. That I didn't take a video of, but the picture alone speaks for itself. So yes, everyone and everything can use these molecules. They are truly amazing. So that concludes my part of the presentation. I just want to say infinite love and gratitude to everyone in the listening audience. Thank you so much. This means I love you in American Sign Language, and I'm just grateful. Look me up on Facebook. Here's my contact information. Back to you, Beth.
Oh, Ellen, I just love that presentation. Who can't just smile the whole time looking at those puppies and that little bird opening her mouth? I just love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us. There was a lot of good, meaty information there, even for those of us who have been using these products for so many years. So we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you all so much for joining us. Our next webinar will be March 13th. So please join us then. And remember that this webinar within the next day or two will be posted to animalwebinar.com. So you can use it and share it with your friends. Those of who were not fortunate enough to be with us live tonight. So thanks so much, everyone. Have a great evening. And thank you, Ellen. That was brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Have a great night.
Have a great night.